Disconnecting from the world isn't the answer in a time of crisis. While protection is necessary, you can't disengage without closing off your heart. Hello, Shapeshifters. Welcome back to the Cosmic Valkyrie podcast. I'm Lynn Louise. Today I want to talk about something that's becoming increasingly common in the spiritual and high performance spaces. And that's the concept that in order to maintain your inner peace, you need to disconnect from the world. No news, no politics, no low vibe conversations, just you, your vision board, and the perfect morning routine. Girl, I get it. The world is super intense right now, and the amount of destruction and humanitarian violations can be very, very overwhelming. I know because I witness it every day. But here's the thing, isolating from the collective isn't preserving your inner peace. It's protecting your programming. Because when you are isolating from what's happening in the world by avoiding the news, conflicts, injustice, or even difficult conversations under the disguise of saying that you're staying peaceful, you're not cultivating true peace. You're actually maintaining a false sense of safety that actually protects your old indoctrinations that you haven't yet unraveled. I want to help you better understand what I mean by this. You see, your subconscious programming is designed to avoid discomfort, especially if you were raised in an environment that prioritized emotional suppression, perfectionism, even hyper-independence. When the external world challenges your internal programming and shows you things like injustice, inequality, or chaos, it's confronting your own personal beliefs, biases, and activating your avoidance patterns. Meaning it's avoiding triggers. And the truth is, true peace isn't avoidance. It's being able to witness these triggers without being hijacked by them. So when you're disconnected under the pretense of air quote protection, what you're actually doing is keeping your old patterns, fears, and limitations 100% intact. You're protecting your programming from being disrupted. The truth is, evolution requires disruption. It demands that you stay present with discomfort so that you can consciously reprogram your belief systems to build resistance. There's this really cool quote, and I hope I don't mutilate it, but it's by Carl Jung, and it's something like, one does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. And it's so relevant to this subject because this means if your inner peace depends on isolation, then it's not inner peace at all. It's a programming running silently beneath the surface, afraid of the world. And you're human. You came here for the experiences and to interact and also create change. You're here to do more than just avoid. You're here to be awake, aware, and empowered. And the worst thing about choosing isolation is that by isolating, you're closing off your heart. Now that's going to mean a lot to my listeners because we want to have an open heart. God's honest truth is there is a very seductive lie we've been told in that self-help and spiritual world that if it's not high vibe, to ignore it. Protect your peace by staying out of the mess. How many times have you heard that? And this is one that I actually heard from a coach that made me stop working with her. She told me one time that my only responsibility was for my reality, not the world's. But here's the truth. When you are disengaged from the world and what is happening out there, you don't just stay in your lane. You numb yourself to your humanity. And over time, that doesn't bring you peace. It breeds apathy. It atrophies your empathy. And it feeds the illusion that your safety is separate from the collective. I want you to hear that again. By isolating, you are feeding this illusion that your safety is separate from the collective. And this whole concept of isolating, I call spiritual bypassing. And it might appear that it looks really polished and put together in such a great package. Like, yes, I'm supposed to be isolating, but the truth is, it is empty. It is a very empty place to live. You're not here to float above the world. You're here to engage with it consciously. So let's get real. When you turn off the news and scroll past every negative post just to stay in your bubble, it feels good for a while. Your system gets quiet. Your nervous system probably relaxes. But I'm going to ask you, at what cost? Because peace gained through disconnection is not true peace. It's avoidance with a fancy filter on it. Because when you disconnect from the suffering of others, you also disconnect from your own sacred capacity to act and respond. You stop witnessing, and your empathy takes a seat in the back of the room. Make no mistake, because when the most conscious women among us go quiet, power doesn't disappear. It just gets handed over to those that are the loudest, and often the least conscious. So no, isolating to protect your vibe doesn't make you safe. It makes you silent. And silence is complicity in a world that is desperately in need of your light. And so the million-dollar question is, what's the alternative? It's not about constant exposure to trauma and rage. It's learning how to stand in the eye of the storm while cultivating an inner peace that doesn't require numbing out. It's staying open and clear. By training your brain and your energy to meet the world with power instead of panic. This is embodied peace. Not the kind that you get from ignoring the world, but the kind that you get from becoming the woman who can hold the world. It's exactly what I teach inside E10X, and the doors are open today for the next 3 days. You can check the link in the bio. Because inside, I share how to actually rewire your subconscious so you're not ruled by your fear or overwhelm, and create the powerful boundaries that allow you to engage without absorbing. Because the truth is, leading your life with a love and alignment with your soul allows you to still show up for the collective. And that's what you're here to do. The goal isn't to escape the matrix. It's to operate so clearly and so powerfully within it that you become a signal for something new, something brilliant, something bright. So if you've been pulling away and telling yourself that tuning out is the only way to survive, I invite you to take a pause and ask yourself, am I really at peace, or am I disconnected? Are you turning away from the humanity that you're here to cultivate and create? Because there is a way to stand awake without being overwhelmed. And I know you are powerful enough to hold it, feel it, and transmute it. You didn't come here to escape the chaos. You came here to alchemize it. You're supposed to be shape-shifting the frequency from the inside out. And girl, it's time to master it. So stop wasting time and come in to the program that focuses on exactly that. Evolution 10X. This is a method for women that want to wake up, that want to lead with clarity, that want to evolve beyond that surface level wellness. It's about power, purpose, and peace that isn't performative. It's about a deeply rooted codex within you. Let's change the world by showing up in it fully, not by running from it. Go to the show notes right now and enroll in Evolution 10X and witness what becomes possible when you reclaim your personal power and step beyond your indoctrination. You can find the link below in the show notes. And until next time, stay open, stay awake, and never trade the truth for comfort.